I've said it once, I've said it again. Apple loves creating the problem and offering the solution at the same time. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. The iPhone content train keeps rolling out here. We've got the iPhone 17 Pro Max in cosmic orange. I love this phone, I love this color. I have a lot of thoughts to share with you guys. We have the iPhone Air in sky blue, incredibly thin, beautiful device. There's some compromises, and we need to talk about these. So I want to put together a quick video just showing you guys some of the bizarre design decisions that Apple has gone with for the 17 series of phones. Some of these are a bit more glaring than others. Some of these are just outright weird. So I wanted to give you guys some impressions of the phones while I go over the weird design choices that Apple made this year. So let's kick things off here with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This is such a gorgeous phone. I've said it in other videos. I love this color so much. It is more of a bronze than an orange, I will say. In most lights, it is very bronzy. So I've got my studio lights here, and hopefully this color is coming across nicely. The two-tone back is very interesting. So we'll start here for polarizing design features. The two-tone back looks good on the silver phone this year. The blue and the orange, I don't quite see it. The blue blends in a little better with the colored aluminum on the phone. The orange is very obvious that this is not the same color at all. It's a much lighter shade of orange than the outside of the phone. So this is bizarre design decision number one. I don't quite know why they didn't make it the same color as the rest of the 17 Pro. That would have made way more sense to me, or at least have it be black. Black would have looked so good on this phone. Orange and black, you literally cannot go wrong with that color combo, you guys. It's Halloween, come on. Could have made a Halloween phone. So yeah, that is one of the weird design decisions. Now, another thing, and you only really notice this after you get the phone, is MagSafe has changed a little bit. Let me show you. So I've got one of my favorite accessories from Google. This is a little ring stand, and take a look at where this is sitting. It's sitting pretty high up on the phone. So the magnets aren't necessarily in the middle of the back anymore. They're up towards the top. So starting pretty much at the top of the glass back here and cutting off just about where the Apple logo sits. Let me show you guys from a different angle here. There we go. So it sits much more towards the top of the phone, which is interesting. I imagine it's just because Apple wanted to shift things around a little bit with the new glass back and the aluminum unibody build, so they probably had to shift some things around. But in my opinion, this is a little bit of a compromised design, and that's because the cases are kind of suffering from this change. So this is Apple's 17 Pro Max clear case, and among many things I don't like is the all-white square on the back. Now this does not look good with the orange, and I actually did a video showcasing that. It's not pretty. I'm not a huge fan of this case. So we kind of have to bring in another MagSafe case to talk about this. So this is Apple's MagSafe case for the Air, and you'll notice it's got the MagSafe ring in white, like many Apple cases do. This one does not. Why is that? Because if we flip the case over, we can see the MagSafe ring is up here, whereas the Apple logo is down here. Let me put my finger where the Apple logo is, right there. Now let's flip it back over. So if Apple were to go with this traditional white ring style, the Apple logo would be down here. It wouldn't be centered in the middle of the ring, as Apple has liked to do in the past with these cases. So rather than mess up the symmetry, they went with an all-white back. Weird design choice, not my favorite. Am I being nitpicky? Sure. At the end of the day, this is a $50 case, so I'm showing you guys this stuff because I want you to be happy with whatever purchase you make. Anyways, my next major problem with this case is it does not have the cutouts for the crossbody strap in the bottom. They should have room to put it on these sides, as they have on the iPhone Air case, which is much thinner and more flexible. So I don't see why they couldn't have put them right there. Now, another weird design decision, and this is something that might show up a little bit more over time. Now in Jerry Rig Everything's video, he talked to us about how the camera plateau has a very thin coating of aluminum around the sides here, And I've already seen pictures and videos of people with launch day 17 Pros have issues with flaking around the camera plateau. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to my phone. I hope it won't happen, but obviously that's something you guys need to be aware of. Apple could have easily chamfered this design as they've done with iPhones in the past, and we wouldn't really have to worry about flaking around this hard edge here, but it is something to be careful of, and the phone does not really hold up well to scratches, as we've seen with the launch day dark blue models that people have shown videos of. I was there in the Apple store on launch day. I looked at the dark blue phone. It already had scratches on the aluminum. I don't know how people managed to do that in the 2 hours since the store had been opened, but they did. Gotta be careful of the camera plateau, gotta protect that. I would recommend a case, absolutely. And another interesting thing, now this is the 5G antenna at the top here. This is plastic. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to catch it in the right light here. I already have scratches along this little plastic window at the top here. It is a different material than the aluminum, as you guys can see. So again, a little bit of a two-tone look on the top of the phone and the back, kind of weird, but this is very, very easy to scratch. And I've tried cleaning this, I've tried buffing it a little bit. Unfortunately, once this little window gets scratched, there's really nothing you can do about it except cover it up with a case. Another odd design decision with the 17 Pro here, but is it the biggest deal in the world? Absolutely not. Doesn't affect the functionality of the phone in any way. So in positive news with this phone, battery life is so phenomenal with it. I went through a full day yesterday. I got 8 hours of screen time and I ended the day with about 25%, which for my usage with editing photos and videos and even filming is phenomenal battery life. And another thing is the phone is a joy to hold. It's so comfortable. The aluminum edges are really well rounded in the back here. It's kind of difficult to show this on video, but holding onto the phone is much easier than it was with the 16 Pro Max because it's not as jarring of a square body. It doesn't dig into your hands or anything like that. Even the really big phone is very comfy to hold. So that's been a huge W for me, and I'm still testing out camera quality and everything. The initial videos I've filmed with this phone have looked really, really good, and I'm probably going to do a full camera test video at some point. So if you guys want to get subscribed to see that, feel free. And another thing, and this is kind of underrated, is the speaker quality is really excellent. So we do have dual speakers, of course. We've got the speaker hidden in the earpiece up here, and we've got the speaker down here at the bottom. Quality is really, really good. It's very clear. It's extremely loud, even better than the 16 Pro Max. I am super thrilled with that. Another thing I have noticed, just going through the interface here, it is a little bit faster to load things. So I've noticed that apps are loading a lot faster. And another thing is apps are staying in memory longer, which is wonderful. So that's kind of a complaint I had with the 15 Pro Max, was if I was listening to music on Spotify and I went over to another app like YouTube or something and I go to watch a video, it no longer stays in memory. I have to go back into Spotify and play it and everything. But now I've noticed if I'm playing music, I pause it, I go into another app, it will stay in the dynamic island even if I'm done with that app. Even if I've used many different apps since using Spotify, that 12 gigs of RAM is really pulling weight, and you can definitely see that here. So apps are staying in memory a lot longer, which is wonderful. There's the 17 Pro Max, you guys. Again, really enjoying this phone. It has been so fun to use. I can't put it down, honestly. Definitely a worthy upgrade in my opinion. I will be doing a day in the life video with this at some point, so subscribe if you guys want to see that. Now let's talk about the iPhone Air. Now this is a device that is compromised by design because you cannot get to this level of thinness without making some setbacks. So comparing the two thicknesses here, I'm trying not to rub the screens together too much, you can see just how thin the Air is compared to the 17 Pro Max. It's insane. The weight between these two phones, this feels like a toy, whereas this feels like a brick, essentially. So Air is a very, very comfortable phone to hold. The sides, let's talk about the sides. So this is now the only iPhone with shiny sides. Now they did go with titanium here, which is great for durability, of course. The 17 Pro Max, it went back to aluminum, which is good for some reasons, bad for others. It's great for thermal conductivity. It's great for the build quality with being a unibody. Is it as durable as titanium is? It is not. So one last little bonus one for you on the 17 Pro Max. With the Air, we've got the nice shiny titanium rails. These do pick up fingerprints quite a bit. I've had to clean this phone multiple times over the course of filming today. It is such a gorgeous design though. Now I've got the sky blue and there is the camera plateau. It doesn't add too much space. Your hand never comes into contact with it. You might touch this part if you're holding the phone like this, but it's always out of the way. So let's talk about the camera. And after filming a bit with this phone for the weekend and comparing it to the 17 Pro Max's camera, this is one of the biggest compromises in the phone. Having one lens that can only do normal wide shots and ×2 is a huge setback compared to the 0.5 to 8 times range that the 17 Pro Max can give you. And I found myself really missing the 0.5 lens on the Air. There were a lot of shots that you just can't fit in without a 0.5. So that has been sorely missed, unfortunately. Audio quality is actually pretty decent. The only speaker is in the top of the phone. The bottom here, these are microphones. So it's a one speaker phone, but it still sounds pretty good. It does get loud. It just doesn't have the stereo quality from the Pro models of the iPhone. For me, it's a little bit of a setback. Some other people I'm sure wouldn't quite mind, and that's totally fine. Battery life, it is okay so far. So this is something I'm definitely gonna touch on more in my full review, because the first couple days of owning a new iPhone, there's stuff setting up in the background. The adaptive battery setting is learning your usage habits. So it's not 100% where it will be in a few days, but it has been okay. Have definitely felt the need to charge towards the end of the day, even with not a lot of screen on time, maybe like 5 or 6 hours of normal usage. So battery is a little bit of a compromise, and that ties us to the iPhone Air MagSafe battery pack. Now this is a $99 accessory that Apple is selling alongside the iPhone Air to help you double your battery capacity. This has the same capacity as the Air itself, charges at 12 watts, and sticks on the back of the phone via MagSafe just like that. It is very comfy to hold, and if you guys want to see a little video showcasing this battery pack, I've got that linked up above for you guys. Now this brings me to another design faux pas, we'll say. This is a battery pack designed to work with just the iPhone Air. Let me show you. 17 Pro Max, let's put on the battery pack. Oh wait, we can't, because it's not sitting on the MagSafe rings. So I can hold it like this, but one, it's going to slide off, and two, it's not charging the phone. The only way you can use this pack to charge any other iPhone other than the Air is by holding it sideways like this. That's not gonna work. Obviously, the fact that Apple chose to design a piece of hardware that only works with one of the phones is peak Apple, you guys. I've said it once, I've said it again. Apple loves creating the problem and offering the solution at the same time. Now, one thing Apple could have done with the MagSafe battery pack this time around is designed it the way Anker did with their Nano pack. Now, this is not a sponsored video at all. I'm just trying to show you guys a different solution for charging your iPhones. This is the new Nano. Not only does it have a 5,000 milliamp hour cell compared to 3149 in this version, it charges faster. It charges at 15 watts. This is only 12. Wait for it, guys. Guess what? Oh, can you believe it? It actually fits the 17 Pro Max. How did they do this? I don't know, it's magic. It fits every single iPhone 17 model, from the smallest ones to the biggest ones, without an issue, doesn't add too much bulk, and is very, very comfy to hold onto. And here it is with the iPhone Air. And you can see we've got a little bit more space at the top because it is a shorter pack. It's roughly the same thickness, but it can be used on any iPhone. Why didn't Apple go with this method? I couldn't tell you. Another weird design decision from this year's iPhones. So there we have it, you guys. These are all of the weird design compromises that I've noticed on the 17 Pro Max and the Air so far. Now, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. What do you want to know about these phones? What do you want me to test in my full reviews, in my day in the life videos? Definitely go ahead and let me know. And of course, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and maybe even subscribe if you are awesome. It helps me out an absolute ton. More videos, more testing on the way. Stay tuned. I'm Dan. I do tech every day. See you guys next time. A peace.